Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2. Anybody out there in YouTube land? Let us know if we're coming through loud and clear. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Good evening, hockey fans. From Whitehorse to Westport, from Vancouver to Vankleek Hill. It's Friday night here at the WTC for Game 6 of the National Capital Junior Hockey League Final between the Vankleek Hill Cougars and your Westport Rideaus. For the Cougars, number 29, Tristan Paquette. Number 30, Maël Gendron. Number 3, Ryder Hill. Number 4, Avery McQuaig. Number 5, Bruno Laframboise. Number 6, Xavier Plante. Number 7, Reed Cunning. Number 8, Alexandre Maillet. Number 9, Zachary Sullivan. Number 10, Bradley Horner. Number 11, Zach Langlois. Number 12, Liam Lynn. Number 13, Mike Fournier. Number 14, Nolan McMillan. Number 15, Callum Nystrom. Number 16, Ethan Butler. Number 17, Ryan Wolowitz. Number 18, Nicholas Maillet. Number 19, Cody Horner. Number 20, Maxime Carrier. Number 21, Alexandre Chenier. Number 22, Drew Cunning. Number 23, Garrett Cunning. Number 24, Jacob Crate. Number 25, Connor Cook. Number 27, Johnny Kirby. Head coach, Hamish Cunning. Assistant coach, Kian McEachran, Mike Henderson, Ryan Allen, Zach Bougie, and the trainer, Alex Lalonde. For your Westport Rideaus, number 31, Ben Spicer. Number 33, Tyke Mossman. Number 2, Ethan Mueller. Number 3, Nolan Campbell. Number 4, Noah McGlade. Number 5, Adam Vio. Number 6, Logan Chason. Number 7, Nathan Green. Number 8, Patty Finn. Number 11, Jack Leonard. Number 12, Lane Morency. Number 13, Gavin Merkley. Number 14, Lucas Hanna. Number 15, Ty Empey. Number 16, Robert Onion. Number 18, Ben Pelado. Number 19, Connor Jackson. Number 21, Thomas McLean. Number 22, Regan Donnelly. Number 24, Cohen Campbell. Number 25, Chad Carroll. Number 26, Noah Sear. Number 27, Ethan Fowler. Number 71, Tyson Birch. Number 81, Jack Story. Number 91, Braden Below. Head coach, Steve Merkley. Assistant coaches, Jeff Seed and Tim Seed. Trainer, Willie Wilson, with the assistance of Mike Dyer. General manager, Jeff Snow. And junior equipment helper, Camden Hudson. In the box tonight, it looks like we have Tom Dodds. And someone I can't see. And as always, for the last time on home ice tonight, Phil and Tim here in the box. And we would like to extend a thank you to everyone who's tuned in this year. The outpouring of gratitude that we've received is incredible from teams all over the league, and especially from the two teams here tonight. So from Phil and I, we thank you. The officials tonight, Menard, Brunet, Morin, and Seguin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the WTC Communication Center. In game number 6 of the National Capital Junior Hockey League Championship Series between the Vankleek Cougars and your Westport Rideaus. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise when you're ready for the playing of our national anthem.
Standing room only here at the WTC for Game 6. So all the cliches are on the table here tonight. For the first time this series, it could be the end of the series. And the first face-off goes back into the Cougars' end. Quickly cleared. Liam Lynn throws it cross ice for Cody Horner. Out to the line it comes for Bradley Horner. Into the corner. Kept in by McQuaig. His shot tipped wide by Jackson. And Carroll knocked down. Shot by Horner into the glove of Ben Spicer. Gendron in the net for the Cougars. Spicer in the net for the Rideaus. Onion on the draw against Laframboise. Around the net they come. Off the boards, ahead to Pelado. Pelado crosses the line. He goes to the corner, watched there by Hill. Puck squirts out front, and Gendron quickly sends it to the corner. And that puck went over the net. And it's cleared to the line and out. Now Onion up through the middle. That was off the foot of McLean. Shot right on, stopped by Spicer. Neck guard on the ice. Looks like a neck guard. I would explain why the Vankleek Hill player had to exit the ice quickly. Plant in the face-off circle against Empey. And the draw controlled by the Rideaus. Carroll coming out of his own end, gets it ahead for Empey. And linesman thought Nystrom had a shot at that, so no icing. Behind the net goes Plant. On the far side, clearing up through center, picked off there by Carroll. He comes in, and his shot right to the glove of Gendron. Face off to the left of the Vankleek Hill netminder. That was Empey against Lynn. Lynn with the puck at center now. Lynn across the blue line, gets around Carroll. His shot off the crossbar. Shot by number 10, just steered to the corner. Now Carroll gets it to the corner. He takes a bump there. To the line, but not out. Kept in by Brady Horner. Horner's shot off the blocker of Spicer. That kept in at the line. An offside, says the linesman. Cougars making changes, as were the Rideaus. Butler on the draw against Jackson. It comes back to Hill. Hill throws it in quickly. Spicer stops that up for Campbell. Campbell around the boards to Sear. Sear looking to hit Jackson. Jackson and Story and Sear back together. And that could be icing. And it is. Face-off will be to the right of Gendron this time. We've got Sear and Butler. Shot by the Rideaus, kicked aside by Gendron. Story shot, off a stick and just wide. Gendron had the angle cut down, but that deflection narrowly missing the far post. Kept in at the line by Campbell. Now Jackson back to Story. His shot misses glove side. Then it went into the corner on the near boards, and Hill gets it out. That's off the glove of Finn, so no icing there. Finn legging it out across the blue line, just behind Story. And back comes Crate. Crate on the outside. Finn watching him and Carroll. Puck left for Laframboise. Laframboise back to the corner. And around the boards it goes. Fournier looked like he landed a little awkwardly there in the corner, but he's up. He's all right. The end of the season. Never like to see anybody get hurt, but especially at the end of the season, we don't want any injuries tonight. McLean around the boards. Kept in on the far side by Chenier. Now Crate. His centering pass through everybody. Chenier with a shot off the blocker of Spicer. Now Carroll on the far side. Goes hard off the boards and off the ankle of number 25, Connor Cook. Sorry, that wasn't 25. That was 21, Chenier. $15:55 remaining here in the first. Score 0-0. Draw one all the way back to McQuaig. He'll throw it in. Spicer out to stop that. McLean goes to the far side. That hopped off the skate of Birch. Kept it at the line. That shot off the shaft of the stick and took the stick right out of Spicer's hand. I guess that's what they call a heavy shot. $15:40 now. Face off to the left of Spicer. McLean gets it ahead to Leonard. Leonard across the red line, and he does the cross ice dump on the far side, off the boards, and it goes back to Bradley Horner. Horner gets it back through center. McLean will throw it right back in. The Rideaus had to clear the offside. Horner gets it to the line and past Dempy. Nifty pass back. That shot off the blocker of Spicer. Now Leonard. Leonard across center. He tried to get around Horner. That's a tough assignment. Sullivan ahead to Fournier. Now Jackson brings it back in across and the back door. Sear. The puck was bouncing. That was the first good chance for the Rideaus. The Cougars have hit a crossbar. Now Crate. Crate coming in. His shot off Campbell's stick and wide. Nifty pass out, and Leonard gets that to neutral ice. No icing. That was off the Cougars stick, says Morin. It was a pass back to a teammate that went past everybody. Oh, and there's a penalty coming to Story, perhaps? No. Crate took a hit there. And Hill coming in, and that'll draw some attention. Hill claiming goal. The referees will talk this out. No indication of a goal. Merkley wanting a goaltender interference, as there is no Rideaus player involved in the collision between Hill and Spicer. Draw one by the Cougars, so no goal, no penalty. Jackson beats out the icing. But Gendron covers up. Face off to the left of Mel Gendron. Draw pushed ahead. Up over now Liam Lynn getting across the line. There'll be a call. Mueller going. That'll be Mueller. Likely for a trip. And Menard sending Sear for a slash. So the first 5-on-3 of the night. Horner plays catch and misses on the big slapper. They're looking back door. And back to Horner it comes again. To the far side, to Lynn. And covered up by Spicer.
2 minutes and 14 seconds. Time of the penalty, 6 minutes, 40 seconds.
So unsportsmanlike conduct for Sear. And again, the D go back and forth. Horner steps in, his shot. Looked like it was off the pants of Cody Horner. Liam Lynn into the corner. Back to Lynn. Shot off the blocker. Back to Horner. Horner going east-west over to Lynn. That off a stick and into the mesh. And that's half the penalty gone at 12:45. Still no score. So you can bet the Rideaus coaches will be scrutinizing the Cougars players after every whistle to see if they get their unsportsmanlike conduct. McLean gets that puck into Cougar territory, and back come the Cougars. That's Hill. Hill across the blue line and into the corner. Back towards the line. Horner at the top. A shot off the crossbar. That's the second crossbar for the Cougars tonight. And Jackson clears the puck down the ice. And here comes Plant. Plant getting across the blue. Throws it out center, and that's cleared by Campbell. Story gets it down the ice. Gendron stops it up for his defenseman. 10 seconds remaining in the two minor penalties. Chenier, he comes across the line, heading to the corner, rubbed out by Carroll, out front, and covered up by Spicer. So the 5-on-3, that's at least the third 5-on-3 for the Cougars this series. Story and Sullivan discussing if any of the golf courses in Ottawa are open yet. Butler on the draw against Onion to the right of Spicer. Into the corner it goes. On the far side, Carroll looking to get ahead to Pelado. He gets it out through center. Pelado hung up on the stick. Pelado can't get that deep. And Spicer out to stop the puck up behind his own net. Around the boards to Fowler. Fowler pinned there. A long shot wide of the net by Nystrom. And Pelado coming up the far side. He takes a hit from a long way across the ice. Slow to get up. And back it comes. That's Mike Fournier giving chase there. Merkley gets it ahead. Campbell can't get a handle on it. Crate, that's a post. And a big hit coming there by number 11. Langlois. And now Merkley gets a shot towards the net. Turned back by Jackson. Jackson coming in. And Jackson At 10:02, Jackson on the backhand beats Gendron glove side for the first goal of the night. Credit to Merkley, who kept that puck in deep. And now Story on the forecheck against McQuaig. McQuaig gets it ahead to McMillan. And back it goes to McLean. It's across the line by Story. McMillan out to center. Campbell around a man, and he'll get it ahead for Jackson. Jackson ahead for Sear. That pass off a skate, and it comes back to number 19, Cody Horner, looking to get around McLean. His pass back to McMillan. McMillan's shot steered aside by Spicer. Out to the line it comes. And now McLean looking up ice. That was intercepted by Bradley Horner. And McLean still with the puck. He can't. Finally gets it deep. And that'll be covered up by Gendron. Face-off coming to the right of the Vankleek Hill netminder. Empey on the draw against someone I can't see. That might be Laframboise. And Gendron with the save. Rebound. And it's behind the net now. Empey working hard there. And the Cougars take over in their own end. Gets almost through everybody. And now behind the net, Carroll. Carroll ahead for Leonard. Leonard looking for options. He'll throw it in deep. On the far side, Virch. And now Leonard working against two Cougars by the Cougar bench. It comes to the line. Shot there by Mueller, wide. Another shot wide on the other side. And it's pushed ahead. Onion now. Onion's backhand gets in to the far side. Chenier. And Onion again throws it in deep. Comes back out to neutral ice. Onion gets it to the line, but Crate intercepts there. Onion bumps Crate right at the blue line. McLean sidestepping a hit from Fournier. Around the far side it goes. In the corner. That's Langlois. And it comes out to Pelado. Pelado legging it up the far side. He'll get to center and throw it in. Fowler on the forecheck. Puck comes out past Crate. Onion throws it in cross ice. But Fowler was deep. Had to clear the zone. And out they come. Crate backhands it in. Finn being watched by Fournier. To the line. Kept in there by Langlois. In the corner. Now in the other corner. Out through center. Sear. Sear with a man to beat. He tried to get it ahead for Jackson, but it was intercepted by none other than Bradley Horner. He gets it ahead to Crate. McLean takes the puck off him, and around it goes the far side to Sear. Sear tried to get around Langlois. Did for a moment. Sorry, Lynn. That's Liam Lynn. Now Jackson. Around the broken stick. Gets it ahead for Story. His shot right on. Kicked aside by Gendron. On the far side, the Cougars bring it to the near side. And there's two Cougars streaming up through center, but Story was able to keep it in the Cougar zone. Now on the far side, Mueller working hard. And it's thrown in behind the net. Carroll now. Ahead to Story. Story gets it through neutral ice. Long shot, gloved, and now covered by Spicer. 5:51 here in the first. The Rideaus lead 1-0. Another broken stick. There have been a few of those already tonight. Butler on the draw against Empey. And the Cougars come up with the puck. Shot right on. Quick whistle. That was Menard, lost sight of the puck. Draw back to McQuaig. His shot kicked aside by Spicer. Virch getting it ahead, but not too far. Now Mueller. Mueller up through center, tipped by Empey, but he was not close enough to the red line to negate the icing. The Cougars bring out fresh legs. They change 4 of 5. No surprise that Bradley Horner's still on there. Kid plays about 45 minutes a night. And behind the net goes Mueller. Mueller up to the boards. That'll be no icing as that skipped over the stick of Ryder Hill. Now the Cougars coming out of their own zone. Ahead for Sullivan. That hopped his stick. Leonard back to Campbell. Over to McLean looking for Pelado, but that was intercepted by Plonk. Now the Rideaus bring it back, but Horner's there again. Around the net it goes. On the near side, Reed Cunning. McLean for Pelado. Pelado trying to get around his man. But the Cougars come up with the puck, and Cunning puts it back in. On the far side, that's Chenier. And now, looking to go cross ice in front of their own netminder. But Spicer bails out Fowler on that pass. Now Campbell. Ahead to Fowler. Fowler through center to Onion. Onion splits the D on the backhand. And Gendron makes the save. .418 remaining here in the first. The Cougars trail the Rideaus 1-0. And a shot. Oh! And Gendron, the puck behind him, gets it with the paddle, keeps it out of the net. That was tossed in on Spicer. It was very nearly 2-0. But a sprawling save by Gendron. Now the Cougars have hit 2 crossbars and a post, so they've come close. But I believe it was Patrick Waugh that said, when it hits the post, it's going wide. Do you want me to stop the shots that go wide too? And that shot over the net to the far side, kept in by Chenier. On the near side, that shot wide of the net. Looking for the offside, and that's going to go all the way down. .342 here to go. And to the line it comes. The shot off the wrist. Off the wrist of Cody Horner. He felt that one immediately. Hopefully a little Voltaren and an Advil will fix that. On the far side, Sear gets it up through center to Story, who leaves it for Jackson. Jackson throws it in on the backhand and gets there on the forecheck. Now the Cougars throwing it up, but that's gloved down by Carroll. On the far side, Sear gets it around a man. He's looking to center. Oh, back to Carroll it comes. Carroll's shot off the defenseman. McLean tried to throw it wide. Hill now with the puck. Hill coming out of his own end. He's throwing it down. No icing as the Cougar player, Liam Lynn, was there first. On the near boards, MP and Carroll working. And now Leonard comes in. Liam Lynn with a shot high, blocker side. That came all the way back to center. No icing. Sagan was signaling the offside. Now Leonard around McLean. Backhands it ahead for Carroll. Carroll hard off the boards. MP on the phone, and that goes into the off the glove of the Cougar player at the bench. So 2:17. We have a 1-0 score. Draw to the right of Male Gendron. Puck controlled by McQuaig. McQuaig gets it ahead to Sullivan. He tips it in. Mueller leaves it for Finn. Finn ahead to Leonard. Leonard legging it out to center, and he throws it in. Hard off the boards, and that was knocked out of the air by Patty Finn. On the far side, Birch ahead to Leonard. Leonard backhands it into the empty space. And McQuaig gets it around the boards. His partner was zigging when he zagged. And now Pelado. Fowler. Fowler with the toe drag. Puck out in front. Gendron was down. But the Cougars clear. Now Crate. 1-on-2. The puck gets to the corner. Crate gets it back. Now Onion back to help out his D. They get it around to number 21, Chenier. His shot off Fowler. He gets it back. Another shot off a shin pad. Fowler gets it to neutral ice. 1:03 remaining here in the first. Still 1-0 Rideaus. Mueller turns, goes the other side. He'll get it back to neutral ice. Hill controls, brings it across to Chenier. Chenier goes cross ice. Picked up there by Mueller. Mueller throws it up through center. And that'll be an icing with 41.8 seconds to go here in the first. Standing room only here at the WTC. Biggest crowd I've seen in 4 years. Over 450 paid attendance. And to the line but not out, kept in by Horner. On the far side, Horner again. In the corner. Carroll working on a man. Pelado has a chance to get it out, and he does. And Fowler, 1-on-3. Fowler coming in on the backhand. He's taken down. The Rideaus looking for a call, of course. And that should be offside, and it was. Another stick down. So 7.6 seconds remaining. The draw just outside the Rideaus' end. Draw won by the Rideaus. Carroll off the boards. 2 seconds, one, and that'll do it for the first period. So after 20 minutes, the Rideaus with a 1-0 lead. We'll see you back here in 10. And we're almost ready to start the second period. After the first 20 minutes, the Rideaus lead the visiting Cougars 1-0. Only two minor penalties assessed to the Rideaus at the same time, providing the Cougars with a 5-on-3, which the Rideaus successfully killed. And the only goal so far, Jackson beat Gendron on the backhand. Yeah. Play pretty even. Spicer, the busier of the two goaltenders. And now, after checking with the front door, just over 500 in paid attendance here tonight at the WTC. It's been a long time since this old barn has been filled this full. A win, lose, or draw, it's the final game here at the WTC for this season. A win tonight by the Rideaus, and we head back to Vankleek Hill. A win tonight by the Cougars, and it's all over. The Rideaus leading 1-0 after 20 minutes. Onion on the draw against Laframboise. And Fournier gets it deep. Spicer decides he'll cover that, and we'll have another face-off. Draw to the corner. That should be an icing, and it is. Face off to the right of Spicer this time. Same combatants, Laframboise and Onion. Around the net it goes to Carroll. Carroll off the boards for Pelado. And the Cougars put it right back in. Finn gets it behind the net. He was looking for Carroll, but Pelado will get there. And Pelado taken down. And into the corner it goes. Back out. Laframboise had a shot to keep it in there. A long dump in. Now Crate on the forecheck. The Rideaus get it to center, and the Cougars put it back in. Patty Finn. So there will be two penalties assessed here. A slash on the goalie and cross-check on Finn. Finn lost the handle there right in front of Spicer, and he had to be sharp. Almost an own goal. So, Mike Fournier, 2 minutes for a slash. And Patty Finn, 2 minutes for a cross-check. So we'll have our first 4-on-4 of the night. Liam Lynn against Noah Sear. Seguin throwing Lynn out of the face-off circle. Draw one by the Cougars. Back to the line. That shot just wide. And the bounce off the boards came right back to the blue ice. And kept in at the line by McLean. He gets a shot right on. A minute 43 in the offsetting penalties. 18:46 remaining in the period. Rideaus still lead 1-0. Here in the second. Sear wins the draw. McLean puts it in deep. You'll never guess, but Bradley Horner's back there for the Cougars. And ahead he comes. Back through center. Cougars coming in. That's Liam Lynn, the league's top goal scorer. Always dangerous. Horner. And back in his own end. Goes cross ice. Back to Horner it comes. Horner across the blue line with some speed. He leaves it on the short side. McLean gets the rebound. Sauces it ahead for Sear. Hill keeps it in at the line. No, it squeaks out to neutral ice. And back into the Vankleek Hill zone it goes. Horner gets it ahead to Sullivan. Sullivan with the extra move has to wait for his teammate to clear the offensive zone. Now Lynn. Lynn gets it back to Hill. Hill puts it right back in. On the far side, Campbell gets it around one man, but can't get it around two. Back to Hill it comes. That was more of a pass than a shot. Something occurring in the corner there. And Spicer covers up. 20 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4. The Rideaus change 4 skaters. McMillan, Plante, Chenier. And Langlois. Story throws that up through center. The Cougars bring it back to their own end. Langlois ahead on the far side. Save made by Spicer. I think that was Langlois slicing in there on the backhand. 17:03 to go here in the second. The Rideaus lead the Cougars 1-0. Behind the net to Carroll. Carroll off the boards, up through center. And that's kicked ahead. That'll be offside. Birch had the weight on the wrong skate there. Couldn't bring it back. They're bringing it back one zone. They're not bringing it all the way back. Butler against Empey. And the Cougars get it in. Carroll up for Leonard. Gets by him, but kept in by McQuaig. And another puck towards the blue ice. And that shot by Wallowitz to the midsection of Spicer. Draw to the left of Spicer. Onion against Butler. Sorry. Yes, that was Butler. Now Fowler. Gets it ahead. Tipped there by Onion. And the Cougars turn it back up ice. Butler across the line drops for Sullivan. Sullivan's shot off the blocker of Spicer. And now the Rideaus come out 4-on-2. That's dumped in. Pelado on the near side against Horner. Gets to Finn. Finn takes a hit from Wolowitz. And Wolowitz gloves that down and he backhands it ahead. That's offside. The Butler has to clear. Pelado goes cross ice and he takes a hit from Fournier. Crate tips it back up through center ice. Fournier across the blue line, looking for options. Onion gets a stick on that. That goes straight out. Face off to the left of Spicer. Empey wins that draw back to Campbell. And they chip it out to center. Laframboise is back now. He's watched by Empey. On the near side, Campbell gets it in behind the net. Kept in at the line. No, it was not kept in at the line. (15-13) remaining here in the second. Rideaus making changes. Morency has joined us. McLean throws that puck in. It's a bouncer. Out to the blue ice. It comes back to McLean. His shot off a leg and wide. Leonard into the corner. Morency pinched off there by Ryder Hill. That puck off the skate of Hill, and Hill speedily down the ice. Into the far corner. Campbell and Laframboise. Neither one making much effort for the puck there. Out to the line. That shot right on. 14:38 to go. Rideaus cling to a 1-0 lead. (276 viewers joining us from home. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast like we hope you enjoy every broadcast. No icing, says Morin. So all the way down it comes. (14:30 to go here. The face-off will be to the right of Gendron. Sear against... Can't see the number on the Cougars center. It was Liam Lynn. Around the far side, that shot right on. And now Sear throws it wide of the net. Coming out the other way, that knocked down by Jackson. Jackson gets it head for Sear. Sear misses on the glove side. Story now, throwing it at the net. And that's stopped by Gendron. Now the Cougars allowed to make changes. Let's see. That draw comes back past Mueller. He goes far side to Fowler. He's bumped off the puck by McQuaig. That's put ahead, and Sagan says it's offside. So face off just outside the Vankleek Hills zone. Plant against Onion. Onion wins that back to Mueller. He throws it in cross ice. And hard off the glass go the Cougars. Mueller gloves that down. And around the net they come. That's Wallowitz, gets the zone. His pass back to Plant, a little too far. Tipped in front by Sullivan. Spicer makes the stop. Berkeley waiting to see what changes being made by the Cougars. Plant against Morency. Off the boards go the Rideaus. No offside and no icing either. That gets ahead, but it's intercepted by Horner. Horner throws it right back up ice. There's a penalty coming too. An interference call on Wallowitz for knocking the stick out of Morency's hands. So Sear on the draw against Lynn. Scrambled draw, and the Cougars get it down the ice. Spicer out to play it. Behind the net, Morency watched there by, I believe that's McMillan. And now the Rideaus breaking out. Morency turns at his own line. Gets it ahead to McLean. McLean ahead to Sear. Rideaus gain the zone. The drop back for Morency. A little too firm. Morency couldn't get there in time. Now Sear tried to get it ahead for Jackson. Jackson over to Morency. Morency throws it in. And kept in at the line briefly, and now it's a 2-on-1. Out to Hill and Spicer with the save. The lead pass for Sear. And he's bumped off the puck by Horner. On the far side, kept in by Jackson. Now Sear to Jackson. Backdoor to it's Morency. And another save at the other end. Goaltenders standing tall here. Morency got that nice low shot off on the backdoor pass. Gendron was able to trap it under the right leg. Now Onion on the draw against Laframboise. And the Cougars get it to center. Carroll turns it up. Now the Cougars over to Chenier. Chenier gets it deep. Spicer stops that for Carroll. Carroll turns away from the forechecker. Plant. Now Onion. Onion with some room to skate. Onion enters the zone unmolested. And now he's taken off the puck. Pelado has it for a second, and now he's watched. Down it comes. Finn back. And that was Plant bringing Pelado down behind the play. Brunet not buying what he's selling. And Horner. That'll be a high stick. Knocked down by Pelado. 10:55. Nearly halfway through the game. Still no score for the Cougars. And the Rideaus with one. So over 500 in attendance here, and nearly 300 watching at home. And why wouldn't you? It's been an exciting series. Now Morency gains his own, looking for Verch. And around the net it goes. Campbell steps in. Verch's shot off a stick and into the mesh. Both goaltenders making some outstanding saves. Draw one by the Cougars. Around the net comes McLean, steps in. He gets that puck behind the net. Verch can't get his handle on his lumber. And now Verch with a stick in his hand. In the corner. Comes back to McLean. His shot snaps. And that comes back to Campbell. He's got to get rid of it quick. It goes off a shin pad. And Campbell blocks that pass. Now Verch back to help. Morency held up. $9:59 now. We're in the second half of the game. Face off to the left of Spicer. It'll be Liam Lynn against Noah Sear. Oh, Jackson steps into the face-off dot. Lynn against Jackson. And Mueller gets it across for Story. He gets rid of it and takes a hit. Sear throws it up through center. It's gloved down there by Nystrom. Cross-ice dump. Picked up by Mueller. His pass across. Didn't get far. And kept in on the near side by Chenier. That's thrown up through center. Verch on the forecheck. Sorry, that was Story, not Verch. Got my 81 and my 71 mixed up. And another whack at Spicer after the whistle. Draws some attention from the Rideaus. Not a hard whack, but a whack nonetheless. Of course, the players will only do what the officials let them away with. Jackson pleading that case to Brunet. Just saying. Draw one by the Cougars, and Story gets ahead. He's 1-on-3, and he gets a shot off. Rebound, another save by Gendron. Out to the slot. That's off a body. Gendron standing tall. Not sure how Story got that shot off. 1-on-3. Created a scoring chance. Nine minutes remaining in this 1-0 game. And that's brought back, and the Rideaus defense split by Wallowitz, but the save by Spicer. Both netminders dialed in here tonight. And now we're over 300 viewers at home. Face off to the right of Spicer. Draw comes back to Hill. Hill throws it in front. It hits the body. Drops down. And there's a penalty coming. Hill going to the box. A charge, the call. He better be careful. He might get another. So the Rideaus get their first power play of the night. Sorry, second. That goes across to Jackson. Jackson to the corner. Back to Jackson. And they try to get it back to McLean. It went off a skate. McLean ahead for Sear. And Morin says that Story had not yet cleared the zone. And as he's wearing the stripes, we'll take his word for it. Not sure why that's coming back the extra zone, but Morency on the draw against Lynn, 12 on 12. And that draw back, Jackson will pick that up. Jackson coming out of his own end with a minute and a half to go on the power play. Morency gains the zone. Morency puts it in behind. Picked up there by Story. Story Sear, and now it's cleared by the Cougars. McLean puts it back for Jackson. Jackson looking to get it ahead to Sear, but that was picked up by, you guessed it, Horner. Now Jackson legging it up, gets it ahead to Fowler, went off a skate. Plant will clear it down the ice. Xavier Plant on the forecheck. Puck gets ahead to Sear. Sear throws it in, and that's stopped up by Gendron. 7:27 remaining in the period. 43 seconds remaining in the power play. The Rideaus lead the Cougars 1-0. Onion being thrown out of the face-off dot. They're saying Pelado entered too early. Leonard wins that draw. Pelado gets it ahead. Onion to Pelado. Back to the line to Patty Finn. Finn puts it in. Onion gets it. Oh, and Pelado has it hop off his stick. And Horner coming back the other way. His shot stopped. And the goalie snowed by Horner. Cody Horner this time. Face off to the right of Ben Spicer. 22 seconds remaining in the Rideaus power play. Sear wins the draw back. Carroll behind his own net. Gets it ahead to Jackson. Jackson goes rink wide to Story. Story looking for Sear. And now going around. Kept in on the far side. Story shot off the stick. And Sear. They don't ask how, they ask how many. And on a bit of a broken play, Sear nets the second goal of the night for the Rideaus. On the power play. So a bit of a knuckle puck fooled Gendron there. And the Rideaus are ahead too. Long shot, gloved by Spicer. .638 remaining here in the second. Face off to the left of Spicer. Scrambled, back to the line for Chenier. And Birch comes ahead, his shot. Wide on the glove side. That clearing attempt off the skate of Birch. Comes out to Patty Finn. Finn goes across for Carroll. Carroll hard off the boards and off a stick of the Cougars. And back come the Cougars. They try the stretch pass. Crate gains the zone. Birch brings it back for Finn, but it hops his stick. And just like that, Bruno Laframboise. Bruno Laframboise with the goal there. We'll wait to hear who the assists go to. And now it's 2-1. Cross to the near side it comes. McLean gets it ahead for Pellado. Onion fires it towards the net. Fowler takes a sharp angle. Pellado. And Ben Pellado snipes one off the water bottle. So 1 goal in the first 30-plus minutes, and now 3 goals in the last 3. So the Rideaus extend the lead back to 2 goals. Seguin ready to drop the puck again. Jackson against Lynn. And Hill gets it across for Horner. Cody Horner puts it in deep. So it was Laframboise from Crate. Now Langlois. His shot off a body part. Ooh, Campbell's a little slow getting up after that. And that came back to Langlois again. Another shot. Another puck kicked aside by Spicer. So that was Pellado from Fowler. Story taken down by Langlois. And Langlois going for the rough. So power play coming to the Rideaus. Their 3rd of the night. Draw won by the Rideaus. Morency getting it ahead for Onion, a bit too far. Comes around. So Fowler gains the zone. And Onion picks up the loose puck. He goes back. The too far for Morency. McLean ahead for Morency. To the far side. Onion drops it. That shot ricocheted off a couple of legs. And all the way down it comes. McLean behind his own net. McLean ahead for Morency. He tried to come cross ice. That was knocked out of the air by Cody Horner. His shot high around the glass. Back to his brother, Brady Horner. Up ahead it comes, Horner looking for the pass. And Pelado run over. That pass dropped back. Morency to McLean. And McLean on the power play to make it a 4-1 game. 3:35 remaining here in the second. Timeout, Vankleek Hill. And for our 320 viewers at home, if you haven't so McLean from Morency. There was something else going on in the world today. The 4 astronauts, one Canadian from Chaffee's Lock, not far from here, has a cottage in Chaffee's Lock, have returned to Earth successfully. So now, at 3:35 remaining in the second period, the Rideaus lead the Cougars 4-1. Fournier gets it back to his defenseman. To Chenier. Now Morency off the stick of Laframboise and in. Laframboise, the lone goal scorer for the Cougars thus far. Mueller hard off the boards. And now Crate. He throws it in wide of the net. Carroll watching his man. They get it to the half boards, and that shot into the glove of Spicer. Draw one by the Cougars. And on the backhand, Laframboise with his second of the night. Despite the Disney song, we don't talk about Bruno. They'll be talking about Bruno in Vankleek Hill tonight. He's got both their goals in this 4-2 game. And Cougars with the puck. Hard off the glass by Chenier. And around the boards to the line but not out. Another shot off the blocker of Spicer. Carroll gets it up past the line. And that knocked down by Sear. Sear can't keep control. The Cougars clear. Cougars coming out of their own zone. Puck knocked loose by Sear, and he'll backhand it in. Nystrom back to pick that up. Around he looked for Lynn. Now Carroll throws it back in. Sear on the near boards. Jackson gets a backhand going towards the net. And Story trying to go high glove side, and he went a little too high that time. So at 2:16 here in the second, the Rideaus lead the Cougars 4-2. Onion on the draw against it was against Plonk, but now I think that's Wallowitz coming in. Around the back of the net it goes. Steered through center. McLean Onion working back. Pelado now. Onion with a good back check there to help out his D. Throws it far side. That pass intended for Wallowitz. Now Hill with a shot wide glove side. And that puck going wide, but gloved by Spicer. Slow things down. A minute 45 remaining here in the high-scoring second. 5 goals scored here in the second period. 3 by the Rideaus, 2 by the Cougars. The score is 4-2. Draw one by the Cougars. Back to Horner it comes. His shot through the legs of Jackson and off the blocker of Spicer. Behind the net now. To the far side. Story gets it around one man. Cougars go D to D and bring it back in. That's tipped by Hill. Spicer knocks that down. Trying to get ahead for Story. No icing as that was a pass back by the Cougars. 1:15 remaining here in the second. And the Cougars begin their breakout. They look ahead, tip it in deep. Patty Finn behind his net goes around the near side. And the Rideaus get it up through center. Coming back was Hill. Carroll and Hill behind the net. Carroll gets it ahead for Story. Story gets it around his man and to neutral ice. The Cougars bring it right back. Carroll bumped off the puck. That comes back to the line. And a long dump in. Patty Finn gets control off the boards and out to Sear. Sear throws it in deep. Funny bounce off the end boards. Puck in the corner. 15 seconds. The Cougars coming out. That's Hill. Hill coming out. His shot wide of the net. That went off an ankle. Looks like Liam Lynn over there. And now Sear. Sear throws it up through center. And that'll do it for the second period. So after 40 minutes of play, the hometown Rideaus lead the visiting Cougars 4-2. We'll see you back here in 10 minutes. It's 9:45 here at the WTC in beautiful downtown Westport, where the hometown Rideaus lead this Game 6 in the National Capital Junior Hockey League Finals over the visiting Vankleek Hill Cougars 4-2. After only one goal being scored in the first 32-ish minutes, there were a flurry of goals, and the second period yielded 5 goals total. The Rideaus enjoy a 2-goal lead at this point. The Battle of the Horns. Both goaltenders playing well. Over 500 paid attendance here. It's nice to see. This is what junior hockey is about in the smaller towns. That draw controlled by the Cougars. Hill now coming up the near side. Carroll and Crate on the half boards. Pelado off the glass, getting it ahead for Onion. Now Pelado again gets across the blue line. He's bumped up. Onion shot off the shaft of the stick and kept in there. Pelado against Horner. Carroll puts it right back in. Crate was looking to sneak down past the Rideaus defense. And there's an icing call. Campbell able to be back ahead of number 13, Mike Fournier. Face off to the right of Gendron. Cyr against Laframboise. Laframboise with both of the goals for the Cougars. Hill across the line. Crate offside. Lynn on the draw against Jackson. And Lynn wins that back, but he pushes it past his defenseman. Story gets ahead. Can't get a shot off. And now McMillan on the near boards. Trying to go up through center. Cyr puts it back into Vankleek Hill territory. Nystrom trying to come ahead, and Cyr stops it again. Nystrom cross ice this time to McMillan. McMillan off the boards behind the net. Lynn back to the line. It comes to Nystrom. That shot tipped in front by Liam Lynn. Steered aside by Spicer. And now Cyr chasing down Chenier. McMillan trying to get it ahead. Carroll intercepts that pass. Across it goes. Leonard on the forecheck to McMillan. And McMillan cross ice. Mueller gets there first. Around the boards it goes. That hopped. And a shot wide of the net. Carroll gets it up through center. And back it comes. That was Cody Horner getting it deep. Carroll around his own net. Carroll getting to neutralize. Kept in there by Hill. And now Carroll again trying to go up through the middle. Butler knocked that down. That's Mueller Trying to get that out. Mueller pinning his man on the boards. Out front it comes. Puck is down. Spicer's down. And at 17:21, we'll have a whistle.
Tonight's winning 50-50 number. Tonight's prize is $1,075. Winning ticket number 257165. That's 257165. You're choosing $1,075.
Draw to the right of Spicer. Plant against Onion. And Hill gets a shot off the leg of Finn on the far side. That's Butler. His pass back off McLean, and that went off Fowler and back to Wolowitz. And Spicer stops that. Another face-off to the right of Spicer. .17:03 remaining here in the third. The Rideaus lead by 2. Laframboise pushes it ahead. McLean goes around the net to Virch. That hopped his stick and kept in. Ooh, they had Crate on the back door. And Spicer will glove that down. Both teams being careful right now. Laframboise on the draw against Morency this time. Around the boards it goes. Virch again has it hop his stick. That long shot off somebody's pants. Around the near side, Leonard throws it at the net, and that popped back out. Cougars get ahead at Crate. Not offside, says Morin. Oh, and Finn takes an elbow to the head. He's getting back up. So some foolishness in the corner. Looks like Virch is going for sure. A rough. Menard letting them push back and forth until he didn't. So at 16:03, an undisciplined penalty. Face-off coming to the right of Ben Spicer. Draw one back to Crate. Crate goes to the half boards. And that'll be picked up by Jackson. He gets it ahead to Sear, and Sear throws it deep. Gendron stops it up for Crate. Crate behind his net. Crate coming up the near side. And he goes across to Liam Lynn. McLean gets the puck and throws it down the ice. All the way back come the Cougars. And that pass split McMillan and Horner. But now Hill, the speedy Ryder Hill, picking up some momentum. He gains the zone into the corner. And it gets to the half boards, but kept in. Horner to Crate, back to Horner, back to Crate. His shot off an ankle. Jackson trying to get to the box. That one hurt him. That shot wide, and that'll come all the way out. Horner now. He goes across to Hill. Hill throws it in for the other Horner. And now Story gets it down the ice. Gendron out to play it with Morency coming in. And now out come the Cougars. That was close to a too many men. The player clearing the ice a little nonchalantly. Now Plant. Plant has his pocket picked by Story. Story coming in and a high shot off the post, and that'll be an icing. No icing, but it did kill time. Seguin with the opportunity to blow the icing down. Didn't. Onion decides to leg it out of his own end as the penalty is over. Now Wallowitz coming back. Watch there by Onion. And a big hit by Sullivan on Pelado. He pops right back up. Puck behind the net for McLean. McLean off the boards. And now Sullivan. Sorry, that's Lynn. Lynn gets it ahead for McMillan. McMillan gets it into the corner. Campbell around for Fowler. Fowler gets it back to neutral ice. That's Liam Lynn. Leading scorer, Liam Lynn. And Campbell goes off the glass and into the mesh. Merkley's still looking for an explanation why the icing wasn't called. Draw to the line and kept in by McQuaig. Coach Tim Seed indicating he thought it was out. To the far side, Mueller gets there first, pushes it ahead. Kept in at the line by Horner, tipped by Horner. And back towards the line. Story gets it out to Sear. Sear on McQuaig. Now Mueller turns, gets it back up ice. Story again. McQuaig doing a dandy job getting off before the too many men call. It was the Cougars bench looking for that call earlier in the game, and they've just narrowly missed too many men themselves. It would have to be pretty blatant at this point in the game 6 for the officials to call that. They're going to give them some latitude there. And now Laframboise in the face-off dot against MP. And the Rideaus get it to center. To the far side. Thrown in by Horner. In the corner. MP takes his man to the boards. And Merkley. Merkley and MP working hard the corner. Comes out. That was out. That was out. Oh, another missed opportunity by the linesman. That's flipped up through center. And back come Fournier. He puts it in behind the net. Campbell on the far side. Tried to get it ahead. That's knocked away by the other Campbell. Campbell off the boards. Kept in. And that pass by the Cougars all the way back to Gendron. And he gets it ahead for Hill. Hill drops it back for Horner. Horner now gaining the zone. And Horner beats Spicer. High glove side. And with just under 11 minutes left, we have a 4-3 game. Morency against Plant in the face-off shot. Leonard gets it deep. Gendron out to stop that up for his defenseman. And that pass off Virch. Now Virch gets the zone. Gets it to the corner. Cougars get it back. On the near boards, Carroll keeps it in. Leonard tried to get it to Morency. Wolowitz hard off the glass. Now Butler gains the zone off the shin pad of... Oh, and that hit the ceiling. That was off the shin pad of Carroll, and then Wolowitz and Morency. Their sticks coming together, and up into the roofing material went the puck. .377 people joining us at home, over 500 here in attendance. And now the Cougars in their own zone. Still down a goal. Story being watched by Hill. His pass off the stick of Horner towards Gendron. And now Lynn. Another turnover. And Jackson brings it back. Jackson on Hill. Hill gets it around the boards. And kept in at the line by Story briefly. And then he's set down by Cody Horner. Now, out come the Cougars. Ahead to Lynn. Lynn backhands it in. Finn, watched by McMillan. McLean gets it ahead to Story. Story gets it ahead to Sear. Sear gets it ahead for Onion. And it's covered up by Gendron. 9:06 remaining. The Cougars trail 4-3. Onion on the draw against Laframboise. Puck back into the Cougar zone. Chenier up through the middle. Onion now off the boards looking for Fowler. And that's pounded back in. Carroll turns away from his man. And his pass picked up by Laframboise. His shot off a skate into the front of the net. .846 remaining in this 4-3 game. 6. A win by the Rideaus means a return trip to Vankleek Hill for Game 7. And Mueller around his own net. Ahead for Sear. Sear puts it back to Carroll. Carroll throws it in cross ice. Virch there. Sorry, that wasn't Sear. That was Campbell. Carroll again, this time off a stick, but the second attempt gets it in. And Chenier going cross ice. Mueller knocks the puck off his man and throws it to the line. Kept in momentarily. Now Mueller ahead to Morency. Morency behind the net. He steps away from a hit. Virch can't get there before it's cleared by the Cougars. Here comes Crate. Crate to the corner. He's watched by Mueller and McLean. And now Morency Mueller, McClain, and Morency. Sounds like a law firm. Morency throws it up through center. And there's Horner. And Horner gets it ahead to Hill. Hill watched by McLean. That shot steered aside by Ben Spicer. That could be an icing. It should be. And it's waved off. So that's one each. Now the Vankleek Hill bench are questioning why that was waved off. And there's empathy on the Rideaus bench. McLean gets it ahead for Pelado. Pelado bumped by Horner. Pelado now with the puck. Pelado across center. He throws it in, and he's going to chase it down. Ryder Hill gets there first. And Hill puts it off a stanchion and into the mesh. 6:52 remaining here in the third. Rideaus clinging to a 4-3 lead. So as we said earlier, over 500 in paid attendance here. And we always know some get in through the back door. And 392 joining us from home. So I think it's fair to say we have over 1,000 viewers for this game. And now that's McMillan. His long shot. Glove down. Some attention being drawn at the front of the Rideaus net by that shot off a shin pad and back out. That was shot by Nystrom. Spicer out to stop that puck up. Paddy Finn, his pass off an ankle. Back to the line it comes. Banged back in. Finn. It's around. And that ugly bounce. And who was there on the back door? McMillan ties it at 4. Puck coming out of the corner, hit a couple of things, changed direction twice. And McMillan, right place, right time, ties the game at 6-12. Cougars in their own zone. Crate now. Crate throws it in. Glove down by Mueller. And that clearing attempt grabbed by Morency. Back to McLean. McLean gets it in deep. Hill being chased down by Virch. And another ugly bounce off a stanchion. McLean throws it back in. Horner on the far side. He'll throw it up through center. Crate has it bounce behind him. Crate can't get around McLean. And now Campbell. And now Hill bringing it back the other way. Ryder Hill throws it in cross ice. McLean gets it ahead for Fowler. Back to the line it comes to Brady Horner. Mueller all over his man. It comes back. Will Hill keep it in? Yes, he will. That less of a pass shot, more of a pass. Fowler's going to beat out that icing. No, says Seguin. Face off to the right of Spicer at 4:58. Tie game here. 4-4. Draw one back to the line. Chenier's shot off a shin pad. Now Plante gets it deep. That's Zachary Sullivan. And Morency puts it off the boards. Mueller ahead for Fowler. He tips it. Wallowitz turns it back. McMillan, who's scored the game-tying goal with the puck. He cycles it low. That coming through the front, steered away by McLean. Now Pelado. Pelado coming down. He stops up and he's hit by Plante. Carroll gains the red line, gains the blue line. He shoots wide on the blocker side. Patty Finn on the far side. Carroll gets it up past Nystrom. Nystrom off the official. Onion now drops the pass for Pelado. His shot missed everything. It comes all the way back down to the Rideaus end. That pass gets ahead for Pelado. Pelado going off. Now McLean, watched by McMillan. And McMillan snipes goal number 4 and goal number 5. And he's taunting the Rideaus bench. No call. So the Cougars with a 1-goal lead with 3:24 remaining. Sear gets it ahead. Coming down the other way, now Crate. McLean gets it ahead for Story. Story goes rink wide for Sear. Sear gets it ahead, and Gendron will cover that up. There'll be a face-off to his right. Not sure Spicer saw that one. McLean turned and fired. Spicer may have been screened by his defenseman there. Was just inside the post on the blocker side. And that stays no change for the Cougars. That went straight out. Face off to Gendron's left. 2:50 remaining. And to the line it comes. Carroll's shot into the corner. Sear knocked down, and Story coming in. All the way down the ice it goes. 2:30, and that's an icing. Birch. Campbell. Morency coming out. They want it on the other side. Draw scrambled to the line. Mueller. Mueller's shot just wide. Come around. Carroll keeps it in with the help of Campbell. In the corner it goes. Now Mueller on the far side. Mueller's had a heck of a game tonight for the Rideaus. That puck got ahead. Offside, the Rideaus had to clear the zone. Now the Cougars, again, flirting with the too many players. .158. Less than 2 minutes to go here. The Rideaus trail 5-4. Draw to the left of Spicer. Finn trying to go behind his net. He's hooked up. That comes back through center. And Horner puts that ahead. That should be an icing, and it is. 144. How long will Spicer remain in the Rideaus net? That answers my question. Morency comes on for Spicer. The net is empty for the extra attacker. Thrown in behind the net. Kept in on the near side by McLean. Jackson leaves it for McLean. His shot, gloved by Gendron. Morency and Sear poised for the rebound. No rebound came. 413 viewers at home, over 500 here at the WTC. Rideaus down to the last minute and 29 seconds of their season. Net is empty for the extra attacker. Face off to the left of Mel Gendron. Draw scrambled. Carroll throws it at the net. Hill brings it around the other side. The Cougars get it, and they'll ice it. Face off to the right of Gendron now. Timeout, Rideaus. So if this is our last minute and 17 seconds, I'd like to thank all the sponsors, the shirt sponsors, Baker's Feed, WTC, the bag sponsors, Rideau Insurance, all the game sponsors all year long, the hat sponsors, Elite Window Washing, the coat sponsors, Hurley Home Hardware, and of course all the fans that have joined us in person and online, whether friend or foe. We know we have a lot of Vankleek Hill fans watching tonight, so strap in for this last minute of play. Back to the line to McLean. He goes east-west, drops it back to McLean. He'll shoot, hits the body in front. Back, and hops his stick. McLean gets it to the side. And now Jackson spins behind his own net. Jackson watched by Liam Lynn. Ahead to McLean. McLean has it knocked off his stick, but he gets it back. And the Cougars ice the puck. So back down it comes. $453 people at home now. And thanks to all the staff here at the WTC. Draw one by the Rideaus. Carroll spins away. It comes back to the line, and that might be... So Morency battling Horner, and that'll do it. The Cougars with a 2-goal lead and 23.6 seconds on the clock. McMillan with the hat trick. And Brunet sending McMillan for the taunt this time. He let it go the last time when it would have done the Rideaus some good. But this time, taunting the bench. Maye, no. Nobody's sitting the penalty. Jackson bringing the draw ahead. Back it goes to Onion. Onion, now Morency. Gets it ahead. Hill throws it in deep. Back it comes just outside the Vankleek Hill zone. The Cougars can taste it. Draw one back, Carroll. One last shot. And that'll do it, folks. The Cougars win it in 6. The Rideaus progressing every year since they've joined the league. Lost to the Cougars in the semifinals last year. And the Cougars with the win here tonight in the finals.
Fantastic job by our players, fans, parents, and volunteers. Thank you again for a powerful season. Hallelujah.
So a thoroughly entertaining game. Not the outcome the home team wished for. Not the outcome that they've worked for all year long. But there you have it. The Vankleek Hill Cougars, National Capital Junior Hockey League champions for the 2025-2026 season. The Rideaus, the runners-up. We thank all the Cougar fans that have joined us online tonight. And all the people that made the trip down. We thank all the Rideaus fans that have supported the team all year. And the handshake. Spicer getting some well-deserved attaboys. This is his last year. Sear, Onion, Spicer, Jackson, Morency, and Donnelly, all in their last year. Paquette with the bandage from the last game when the plexiglass caught him on the forehead. We're awaiting the awarding of the trophy. McQuaig, the last in the handshake line. McQuaig playing for the Rideaus, but as an overager, moved on this year. So a fine young man. Getting congratulations from his former team. So a busload and a number of cars coming from Vankleek Hill. Oh. So Cordy Horner heading to the bench to be presented the trophy.
Thank both teams for the great play this year. And we would like to congratulate number 10, Brad Horner. He won the MVP of the playoffs.
Brad Horner, the playoff MVP. The former Ottawa 67 player. Logged a lot of ice in this series. I would estimate at least 40 minutes a game for that young man.
Come and accept the championship for the playoffs.
And Cody Horner accepting the championship trophy. Won the last few years by the Gatineau team. So it'll be a short bus ride back for the Cougars. Well deserved. With only 3 losses all year, 1 in overtime in the regular season and 2 here in the finals. But the Rideaus gave them everything they could handle. So, from Phil and Tim. Phil and Tim up here in the booth. Until October. Thank you and good night.